We have had our standard anti-epileptic treatment for children with Dravet syndrome. Namely, our go-to treatment has been sodium valproate with stiripentol and then possibly clobazam added in as well. What has been exciting recently has been the investigation of newer treatments. Cannabidiol, this is cannabidiol with less than 0.2% THC, pharmaceutically prepared by GW Pharma, it's called Epidyolex, has been tried in randomised controlled trials and been shown to be effective over placebo. That means a non-effective treatment, and indeed has recently been approved by the European Medicines Agency, and now NICE have approved it for utilisation in children with Dravet syndrome. So this gives us another anti-epileptic drug that we know can be of benefit in some children. It's to be used in conjunction with clobazam, but that aside, we know it can be effective in children with Dravet where seizures can be quite difficult. Another new treatment that has been tried in randomised controlled trials is a drug called fenfluramine. This is a drug that was tried for appetite suppression way back in the 1960s, was then trialled, you'd think surprisingly, but it was trialled for reflex epilepsies, and particularly photosensitive induced epilepsies in the 1980s, and taken back and utilised in a group of individuals with complex epilepsy in Belgium. On reanalysis of those who responded, it was determined that many of them had Dravet syndrome with a sodium channel mutation. It's gone on to be trialled in randomised controlled trial and been shown to be incredibly effective in individuals with Dravet syndrome. This has now been submitted for approval, and we have to wait and see when and if that will happen. But I think this is a very exciting new treatment for children with Dravet where seizures are rarely controlled, but in the studies with fenfluramine, many more of them had a significant reduction in seizures. Cannabidiol, as has been approved now by the EMA, the MHRA, and also the HTA, the NICE HTA, to allow it to be prescribed on the NHS for children with Dravet and Lennox-Gastaut syndromes, is a specific product. Cannabidiol as produced by GW Pharma with less than 0.2% THC. Tetrahydrocannabinol, which is the THC, we don't know whether that is required. We've got no evidence that it is required over and above cannabidiol, and there are some concerns about significant amounts of this causing further learning and behaviour problems, considering it is the psychoactive component of cannabis. Yes, we are looking actively at developing trials for this, and maybe we'll have the answer to that in the future. We also have to bear in mind, however, that it's not the same as the oils that can be purchased over the internet. The oils produced, they're cannabidiol-enriched oils. They are produced through doesn't have the same quality assurance rigour that a pharmaceutical product does. We know there's evidence there's variability in what's in from those products from batch to batch. We have to remember that cannabidiol can have interactions with other medications, and therefore to give these oils, there's no rigour to that. We don't know what's being given consistently, and even indeed what sort of dose. I mean, in many of them, it's really minuscule doses. So these aren't something that we can approve or prescribe because they are not within our remit to do that. So we strongly recommend that if a family is considering that they want to look at cannabidiol, they should discuss it with their physician, consider whether they then are suitable for the Epidyolex as per the current NICE and ultimately NHS guidance.